4th of July, everyone. Canada Day was just a few days ago, and now we have 4th of July, celebrating America. It's been parades all day, decent surf out on the ocean. Let's get back to the show. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Look at, there's just a Tesla just, oh, there we go. Happy 4th of July, Fruity. Thanks for the message. That's the sound of a Tesla idling. Aw, thanks, Fruity. Glad you could drop by. Yeah, I was listening to, basically a podcast on YouTube there. It was actually a segment from a radio show, to be honest, in a way, about AI, because I'm here in Silicon Valley. You got to listen to that kind of stuff. But now, you just take in the spectacle. All right, good. I guess that was it. There it goes. There it went. A little slice of Silicon Valley life for y'all to see on the channel. And now there's smoke hanging in the air. It's probably going to affect the air quality. Nut skis, cool. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's very suburban here in Cupertino. So yeah, we're literally on like suburban style streets. Very nice streets, by the way. Very tidy, well paved, or decently paved at least. And the homes are sort of like stucco bungalows, and then there's sort of the newer tech industry type houses, you know, that new tech modernism with rectilinear sort of shapes and everything. And some older ones. Not a ton of super patriotic displays, but there's a few American flags out here and there. So yeah, you do get that sort of very American feel that you would come to expect on Independence Day. Although I was thinking, like, I should have gone to Independence. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? In sort of closer to Mono Lake, I think. Close to Mammoth. On the way there, anyways, from LA. But yeah, that'd be fun to live stream on Independence Day, just as like kind of a fun thing to do from Independence. So I know there's like other places all around the states that's called Independence, but they're not as cool because they're not, you know, near the amazing California mountains, right? And the West Coast. So yeah. Thanks for tuning in. You know, I like hearing Chinese sound, like the Chinese speech, very musical and stuff like that, because you don't hear it as much in Santa Cruz, right, where I live. So it's kind of cool, yeah, to come over here and just sort of like hear that a little bit more. And it's funny because randomly I was actually supposed to have dinner with a friend of mine from, you know, from Southeast Asia, who I haven't seen forever, and then that plan fell through today. But that had nothing to do with the fireworks, as far as I knew. So, yeah, it was just kind of, I just thought, hey, instead of going up to Mountain View, which is where I was going to meet her, I ended up coming here to Cupertino. Surf Thriving Alaska, or Sir Thriving Alaska. I can't tell. Hopefully that's Surf Thriving. That'd be cool, because, you know, surf thriving it's something that we all do when we go surfing, but, you know, maybe you thrive through some other means. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Happy 4th. 4th of July is my dad's birthday, says Asia Gonzalez. Asia, thanks for thanks for dropping by, Asia. And yeah, like I said, I was supposed to meet today with someone from Asia, or that's where we first encountered each other. But that plan fell through, and I wish I would have known before I was finished surfing, because I probably would have surfed for a little longer. Although, to be honest with you, there was a moment where, like, I saw a giant, something giant jump out of the water, to the point where I was almost worried it was like a great white shark. That's how big it looked. You know, of course, there's a lot of not just the sea urchins on the beach, but there's also a lot of seals and maybe even sea lions in the area, which wouldn't be so suspect, but it sort of seemed bigger, and it was a very powerful jump. And so I was sketching out that maybe 4th of July would be the last day of my life today. But then that I didn't see whatever it was, whether it was a seal or a shark again. And the waves are pretty good, so I decided to stay in the water. And, you know, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? First of all, if it was a shark, it probably had, like, jumped and killed something at that moment and was no longer hungry, right? But on the other hand, you know, maybe it was just kind of jumping out of the water, having a blast like us. And, you know, why do I have to assume that it was you know, on the verge of attacking me as a surfer, or one of the two other guys that were out there. So, plus, that was the other thing. I was like, well, there's two other guys out here. There's a 1 in 3 chance if it kills one of us, it's gonna be one of us. But that means there's a 2 in 3 chance it's not gonna be me. So I thought, you know, because as a surfer, you're always thinking of different procrastination techniques. You know, your subconscious is anyways, and always sort of like you see it looks steeper than you thought. You know, the wave sloshes a little bit, and at the last second you don't do that extra paddle that you should have, and then you get clobbered by the wave. Like, you would have been better off. I had that a couple times today where I would have been better off on those 4th of July waves, but they were a little wonky because of the wind and whatnot. Probably 2 different swells coming in at different directions, slightly messing it up. And so, you know, if I would have just pushed through, there was a point where, like, I even fell through the wave, and my board, as I was getting carried along by the wave, like under the wave, I could feel that my board, it was so frustrating because I was feeling that my board was actually on the wave. So had I just not second guessed myself, I would have just rolled right through and just killed it, you know? And because, like I said, my board found the landing, but somehow, you know, I got off kilter, and I know it was because I hesitated, and that's the thing that kills me. But, you know, the other guys there too that were watching me, I think one of those was the wave that I was cheered into. The guy goes, yeah, go for it. You know, we were sharing waves pretty good today. It's easy to do that when there's only 3 of you. But, you know, you kind of feel like, oh, they gave that wave to you. You feel like even worse because you're like, man, they could have got that wave or whatever. But yeah, no, you come up and you realize, like, no, they get it. I mean, they did the same thing a few times right after. So anyways, so this is what a post-surf session looks like. Wow, there's like an ambulance. Did someone get hurt? Why is there an ambulance? Or is it a fire truck maybe? I've seen a lot of fire trucks today. Hey, Michelle Watkins, just want to say happy 4th of July. Yeah, to you too, right back at you. Stoked you could drop by. And yeah, thanks for sticking around, you guys. I mean, I know this is probably the most boring live stream ever because I'm literally filming a suburban street right now, and there's no crime that happened, you know. This is something that, you know, you might do if there was like a crime that happened at one of these spots, and then it's a little more interesting to be filming suburbia. But I guess we are in Silicon Valley, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, I know there's 7 people still on the live stream, but I'm gonna end it soon because filming Silicon Valley suburbia is like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's within my channel's mission. Let's just put it to you that way. Although, you know, for some of you, just to see the palm trees and stuff like that, you might find that cool. I take it for granted at this point. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people who grow up in suburbia around North America, and they don't have palm trees, right? So, I don't know. That could be a cool thing for y'all. As far as, yeah, the other thing I'm noticing just walking around here is like these really sort of fancy, like upscale and very white. Look how many, all these vehicles here, like white vehicle, white vehicle, white vehicle. Wait, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like, I'm looking at 11 white vehicles, and I don't know why, because that's not something you see in Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is like super colorful, and you know, you do have the tech vehicles, but, and look at all the Teslas. Yeah, you know you're in Silicon Valley for sure. Let's see if we can get across here. Super dangerous. Let's see what happens. I played chicken and won. And And the moon, we got the moon up there. Look at that. That's cool. Very cool. So, yeah, the other thing that was interesting, I'm not exactly going to say where I went surfing today because I totally scored. And, you know, I know it's more of a secret spot. But, yeah, I will just say that after that, I went home to my place and checked out Pleasure Point, and it was like way smaller. So that's a lesson to you all that are trying to get into surfing. Maybe it's the 4th of July next year, and you're like, hey, let's go for what I did today. Let's go for a surf before we go check out the fireworks or whatever. Or go for dinner or whatever your plans are. You know, just keep in mind, even if it's the middle of the summer, and it's sort of kind of small in certain places, if you're smart and you venture out and try something different, you might actually find some awesome waves. So with that, because there's no more fireworks on the live stream. Oh man, still have 4 people on this stream, but I hate to end it. But guys, just maybe I'll stream tomorrow for y'all. I don't know where. Maybe we'll do a surfing live stream. How about that? So watch for that. Maybe I'll try to do one of those. Hopefully I didn't walk past my car. Now I'm like, okay, am I lost in suburbia? This is great. Just great. But now that I'm in Silicon Valley, you know, that's the thing is there's nothing that happens in Silicon Valley. I know all y'all think that Silicon Valley is like the coolest or whatever, but it's not. It's really like, it's like this. This is actually like a perfect definition of Silicon Valley. Like suburban houses, rich cars, kind of boring family people, honestly. But that's what they like. Hey, by the way, oh look, Ismail Osif 11 says hi. Hi, Ismail Osif. I wish I knew how to wave back, because I would. I don't, so obviously I'm not going to. But yeah, very family-oriented kind of place. And, you know. But you also have the citrus, you know? You just have like, I don't know if that's from this tree, but, you know, everyone kind of has some type of cool tree or other, which obviously wouldn't work in the northern climes of Canada where it freezes like crazy. But it's just cool enough that I decided to put on my hat. It's not a very festive hat, but I did get it. I did get it in Saratoga, so it's relevant for the occasion, you could say. And I will say also, Silicon Valley, it's white picket fence land. Walmart bag, exactly. Costco shirt. I'm living up to the suburbia name right now, which I guess Santa Cruz is kind of suburbia in a way. Am I lost in suburbia? Did I forget my car somewhere? Jeez. Yep. So yeah, I will say the patriotism, it feels a little muted. It always feels a little muted out here, but I feel like it's currently quite muted. And why is that? Well, I think there's some people in this area even who are, oh man, someone retracted their message. Xi Jinping was on this stream. Probably not the real Xi Jinping. But I wonder why it says message retracted. Can I put Xi Jinping in a timeout for retracting their message? Wouldn't that be funny if it was the real Xi Jinping being like, "What's up with the fireworks in Cupertino?" What if Xi Jinping had like a homie that lived here? That'd be funny. It might be the case, right? Didn't he go to school in America? Also, he probably knows like a ton of people in Silicon Valley. I'm sure some of them live in Cupertino. You know. Okay, here we have Alexander Cemental says hi. Hi. I think I walked past my car. Maybe I didn't. Let's try one more. Let's take one more. I can't believe this. I walked past my car. It's insane. Well, thanks guys for tuning in. Another successful live stream on the books. Maybe I'll do a beachside live stream tomorrow. Check out the moon in California here. And happy Independence Day. It's almost over. We still have our democracy for now. Despite the best efforts of Trump. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We still have a country for now. And we're at, look at this, Calabasas Creek. I didn't even know about this creek. It's a very, there's no creek, there's no water. You can't really see it, so let's forget about it. But just so I'm just telling you, take my word for it. It's concrete, and then the bed of it is empty, and also it sort of smells like sewage. So yeah, that might actually be my car up there. We're gonna walk up there to see if that's my car, and then I'm gonna turn around. Anyways, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.